Okay, students, I want to talk about Model UN conference coming up this April 14th. It is on a Wednesday. I got some more details from my yesterday meeting. On the 14th, you will have a link to an opening ceremony, which will be 9 to 9:15. So that will be sort of a big room with all the different middle schools. Then you will go to your committee. And now you and your partner will be in a room with, roughly 28 to 32 people. You'll have people who are running your room and most likely have a teacher there. And this is like the beginning session. Mostly your debates will be moderated. You'll be giving speeches. And that's going to be roughly an hour. And then we're going to have a break. So you take just kind of break, take away from screens. That will be from 10:30 to 10:45. Then we'll come back to your same room. We're going to call that committee session number 2. It's kind of like if you think of a game, the break is the halftime. This is like the third, fourth quarter. This is where you're going to do some unmoderated debates. You'll be trying to work out a resolution, and you may be voting on that resolution by 11:45. There'll be a break from 11:45 to 12:30. You'll have your lunch, take a break. High school students will be looking at, who might be best delegate, different type of awards, and then we'll have a closing ceremony from 12:30 to 1. And we'll wrap up our conference. So I'll have all of these links very soon. We've talked about what Model UN is. Our ultimate objective is maybe trying to pass a resolution. There's 2 types of debates, moderated and unmoderated. Moderated is you get on a speakers list and you give your country's perspective, opinion on what should be done in Ethiopia in terms of the conflict between the federal government and the Tigrayan people, and also the refugee crisis. So it's almost like we have 2 issues going on at once. Unmoderated, that will be more in the afternoon. It'll be where you'll be in breakout rooms, you'll meet with the countries, you'll be G-chatting, and that will be more free-flowing. All moderated and unmoderated will return to sort of a speakers list, and we'll talk about voting procedures. Speakers list where a country will speak for a predetermined time. So you and your partner will kind of vary who's going to speak. If you feel more comfortable speaking or your partner is doing more writing, that's okay. You will speak for a predetermined amount of time, and you will give up the floor after a certain amount. Biggest thing is using your position papers and laying out your country's viewpoints. Moderated, so predetermined the topic, how long people talk for, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, anywhere from a minute to 3 minutes, probably pretty good. Quicker than speakers list. This is pretty structured. Unmoderated it might be a set of 5 to 10 minutes. You're in breakout rooms, you're talking to the countries, you're trying to form alliances, maybe starting to craft a resolution, which we'll get into pretty soon. Voting procedures is sort of when you might be working with a small group of countries and you're sort of taking a resolution, or you're introducing it and you're starting to vote on it. To vote on a resolution needs a simple majority, but obviously those veto countries can say no to that resolution. Points of motion are like you want to open the speakers list. You want to have a motion for moderated or unmoderated caucus. You want to introduce a draft resolution. They're going to will be voted by the committee and requires typically a majority vote. Now we have a thing called points. It's usually you want to ask a question, like you want to use a bathroom, or you don't have to do that, but you have a question about something, or you ask a speaker a question. Points are not voted on. Usually but a speaker can choose not to respond to a point of information. That would be like a high school student. Resolutions we're going to really get into the resolutions when our next gathering, but you'll take your position papers, and that's how we'll work with groups to create those resolutions. This is just some basic information I wanted to lay out to you all, but the biggest ones is just about the ceremony, I'll be sharing your links, and we'll be going over some information. Especially with our new schedule, we might have some time early in the morning as well to talk. I hope this was beneficial.